Your fucking
Yeah, it's got the
cannon.
grenade launcher. It has a tandem warhead. That's a Cornet, dude. It's a fucking Cornet.
Why do they keep? Oh my god, it has 1,200 mils of pen.
And it gets tier 2 thermal.
That
Oh my
isn't okay.
god. Oh my god. Jesus. That is not okay. That is not okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? Now I know what you're all thinking. What the fuck is this tank? Well, first of all, it's a BMP-2. It's still an IFV. However, this thing kind of terrifies me because, well, it may be a squadron vehicle and it may be a lot of golden eagles. Actually, like, disclaimer before I even get into it, the way I acquired this vehicle was I had about 83,000 squadron research saved up, and that squadron research still didn't cut down the GE requirement, because if you guys don't know, for those of you that aren't in a squadron, the squadron vehicles can actually be GE'd and their price lowers the more you research them, but then at a certain point they have a set price when they get too low. This was still 6,300 GE for me, and I had put 80,000 into it because its actual requirement is 52,000 or 520,000 RP to research it. It is a tier 6 tank, so it's also a squadron vehicle. It's a special vehicle, so I guess that's Gaijin's reasoning for making it the most expensive tank to research in the game. And it's not even normal research; it's squadron research. They really don't want people acquiring this. Well, that didn't work because you can GE the damn thing, and plenty of people save up squadron research if they don't, if they don't research a vehicle. I don't know if you have all of them research, if you can still um, save up, but I know that for me, I was researching the 262. I had about 30,000 into the 262 already, and then they made this thing as an announcement. So I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm saving up for this. This is will complement my Russian top tier lineup a lot better, and quite frankly, the BMP-2M is in a spot where I can safely say that you can up tier this thing as far as possible into a top tier and not have to worry about it. It's got 4 Cornet missiles with 4 more in the hull that reload decently quickly. I have a feeling Gaijin is going to nerf the reload rate of those missiles uh, to balance this thing out, because this thing is kind of getting spammed out, especially at 9.9.3. If you get an actual 9.3 game and you don't get up tiered in a 10.3, which is why I just ended up, after a few games, taking my 10.0 lineup. Actually, before I go into it further, this isn't like a normal BMP-2 with those missile mounting, so I actually can't fire a missile up at this Apache to protect myself. And I'm pretty bad at aiming the 30 mil. That's on me. I don't play the BMP-2 that often, so I wasn't used to it. But yeah, you can't really kill helicopters that are directly above you with a missile if you're shit with the autocannon. Um, if I could have launched a missile, I would have killed him pretty easily without him even knowing I was there by opening up with the cannon. Now, the problem is, and there was another helicopter, which I die by again. The problem is with the BMP-2M is that it's 9.3 with some of the most modern missiles that Russia currently has to offer. Now, I don't believe it's a Cornet M. I could be wrong, because this is a tandem warhead, so it's 1,200 millimeters of penetration, flat surface, and like 10,000 or what? Sorry, 1,000 like 69 or something, or 39 for like 30 degrees post ERA pen. So no ERA in the game right now can defend against that. M60 Rise ERA is completely useless to even some of the uh, non what do you call it, non tandem warhead but like high penetration missiles. So that alone sets this vehicle apart from so many others, and in a little bit I'll get into what I predict will happen and why I don't really like this vehicle being in the game, although it is a good, fun vehicle. You know, it's all about having fun, but if everyone else around you is not having fun because your vehicle is too ridiculous, then I guess it doesn't really have a place. It's really, honestly, people are going to be debating it on both sides, and it's really hard to give you a true answer because, honestly, it is a BMP still, but its tank killing abilities are just ridiculous at the moment, which will probably warrant it even more nerfs. Now, before I get into more gameplay, I just want to show you the actual capabilities of this tank. On screen right now is the X-ray view of the BMP-2M. You can see where the missiles for the launchers are, where the extra reloadable missiles are. You can see how much ammo the 30mm grenade launcher that it gets actually has, although the effectiveness of that, in my experience, is yet to be determined. There's really nothing much else. It's just a BMP-2. There's another view to give you just a different view of how the missiles look on it, so you can kind of see. The other side it wasn't really clear because the crew members were kind of blocking what you can actually see. But yeah, it's just a standard Russian crew, 3 crew. It's not like a Bradley with extra ATGM reloading, which is why I think they'll nerf it in the future. Now, the only noticeable armor difference is that little 4mm piece of steel. There's really nothing much else. You're going to get 50 cal a lot. Even some 7.62 might work, but armor-wise, there's really nothing much else. But yeah, it's just a BMP-2. Now, again, I was just talking about the grenade launcher. It's a VOG 25, and you can see the stats aren't too great, but it's a grenade launcher. The American grenade launcher on the Cobra, the first Cobra, is pretty good at killing things from the top. This is only going to be used against anti-aircraft, I would say, or maybe trying to aim up and peppering people over cover because it doesn't have good velocity. And here is the tandem warhead Hornet missile. As you can see, 1200 millimeters right there for the flat pen. So it just gives you an idea. It's tandem as well, so that's even the effectiveness is practically doubled. And the only other noticeable thing about the BMP-2M, and it's a pretty big deal actually, is that it's got Generation 2 thermal. I believe it's Gen 2. I don't think it's Gen 3, but it is pretty crisp and clear. Now you see I'm trying to use the 30mm right now to see if I can hit somebody far away, but its range is not really that good. And the other thing is that I have not had another map other than Sinai or Tunisia, except Poland once, all day yesterday. We're getting gameplay for this thing. I played with my friend Soviet, and the only time I got a different map yesterday out of maybe the 15 games I played was Poland once. It was literally Tunisia and Sinai back to back, or different iterations. I don't know what the fucking deal is. I don't know why this map is not good for this tank. It's may look open, but it's just the lanes that you get shot at are just ridiculous. It's really not a good map for this tank. And so my opinion on it is kind of distorted because I've only been able to play on these 2 maps for some reason. And if you can tell by the tone in my voice, I'm kind of frustrated because I wanted to get this video done with a accurate representation. Now you see that that second missile hit the rock when it actually went by it. The first one actually hit the rock, so I missed all my missiles. And yeah. Oh, the other thing. I don't know if this is meant to be, but this thing can fire its missiles on the move, and I don't believe that it can. It naturally can fire and guide 2 missiles. However, I've been told that it's glitched and actually can guide all 4 when they're fired. So, yeah, but each pod is basically separately going to be able to be guided. So the 2 missiles on the right will be able to be guided. The 2 missiles on the left will be able to be guided at the same time. But for some reason right now, all 4 can be launched and guided at the same time, which is not even just a 1-2 punch. It's a 1-2-3-4. You know, that's just ridiculous. Now, my opinion about the BMP-2 would be that, the BMP-2M, I should say, the Squadron tank, is that it should be a 10.0 tank. which doesn't make it technically top tier because it's not 10.3. Gaijin did that with the KA-50. You can't tell me otherwise because we all know that that's how they did it. They're not hiding anything. So I think it should go to 10.0, considering that it also is 520,000 Squadron RP to research, and that it's going to be quite an endeavor for most people. And I know most people are going to GE it like I did, and Gaijin's going to make a lot of money off of it, which good on them. They got to make money, but this thing is honestly ridiculous. They keep adding tanks that are Russian Federation era almost with their modifications, like the Chrysanthema, which is naturally produced during the Russian Federation, but it's post-Soviet. The BMP-2M, while it being a Soviet vehicle and labeled as such in game, is actually technically a very late modification, basically just being Russian Federation itself. So they're definitely upgrading Russia. When they add the T-90, it'll be even worse, because they did say that they will. They just want to get the T-72 family in. So that's what's going to happen. This tank, for my predictions, is going to end up being a catalyst for active protection systems, considering that most tanks in the game cannot stop an ATGM like this naturally. So, and for America specifically, they don't really use APS until the trophy system on the SEP V3, I believe it is today. So that's America's going to be in a tough spot. So I think America should get the Tusk upgrade for their Abrams tanks. Considering the M1A2 just got its thermal nerf down to Gen 1 for both commander and gunner, I would say that I'm going to call a shot here and say that either they're going to add modern iterations of top tier MBTs like the M1A2, they're going to go to like a 2A6 or something with active protection systems and stuff like that. But I would like to see the M1A1 and M1A2 get a Tusk upgrade to at least help in some respect for Cornet missiles, like, you know, very high penetration. I know these are tandem warheads, but still the ERA would kind of help even if it is tandem. That's America specifically. Germany probably should get the 2A6 at this point. Sweden is fine. They basically have a 2A6, and I'm not entirely sure. I don't know too much about their Leopard 2s, but if that 122B that is in game actually has APS, then it can be added. The Challenger 2F has sensor warnings. The Centauros for Italy and the Arietis, they have their own kind of laser warnings. I don't know about actual soft or hard kill APS. I'm not entirely sure. I would like to see some information about that in the comments. If you guys have any information on it that you can find, that would be totally welcome. There's nothing else I can really think of. You know, Russia's got a lot of hard kill systems. Maybe they'll add a Merkava in the future for America, Merkava 4 with the actual trophy APS, maybe as an event tank or an entry researchable if they do something wacky like that, or make it a squadron research vehicle as well, which would be kind of weird, but that would be its own shithole situation. But yeah, that's kind of my idea, my prediction, that APS is pretty close. The Challenger 2F exemplifies that. A few other tanks do as well, like the CV90-120. But there's really nothing much else I could say on the vehicle. So yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm at a loss for words now. It's insane. Save your money though. Research it in a squadron. Save your money. Don't GE the damn thing until you're maybe halfway through, which will take people a long period of time. But if you don't immediately need the vehicle, then don't GE it. If you have top tier Russia and you would like to add it to your lineup, then just play to your heart's content. Get some squadron XP and then GE it if you so choose, if you can afford that. Most people, seems that have it, basically GE'd it, like me, because, I mean, it only came out yesterday. So, yeah. This video has already been long enough, but I would like to just go out and say that I'm thinking of making a squadron. So, leave comments on the YouTube video, and maybe if you want to, join the Discord, and maybe leave me a message and say that if you think it's a good idea, if you're in, then around 20 people or so, if 20 people or so are interested in the squadron, then I can look into making a squadron. But if not, then we'll hold off on the squadron for a decent period of time until we have a bigger community going. But yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to say. So leave a comment if you do want to join Squadron. If not, whatever. This video's gone on long enough. There's really nothing much else to say. So yeah, I'm just gonna wrap this up here with me getting absolutely destroyed on Poland by an Abrams. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please take what I said into account before you do something stupid and get this vehicle like I did, because oh my god, while it is a meme, it's not really worth your money. It's not premium. It's a Squadron vehicle. Buy it at your own risk. Anyways, guys, Steel Wolf, and I'll see you all next time.